They haul our goods, navigate endless highways, and keep America moving. Truck drivers, the unsung heroes of the American economy. We depend on them for everything. From groceries to electronics, they deliver. It's a tough job, often thankless, but vital nonetheless. But who's looking out for them? Who's got their backs when the big corporate wheels start turning? Not the companies, that's for damn sure. The recent story of Guaranteed Transport Services, or GTS, is a harsh reminder of that brutal reality. Swallowed whole by Flotrans in a multi-million-dollar deal, GTS drivers got a Memorial Day surprise they'll never forget: pink slips. That's right, folks, laid off just before a major holiday. The American dream, trucking edition, these weren't just numbers on a spreadsheet, they were people's lives. Men and women who dedicated years to the company hauling freight across the country. Suddenly they were out of work, left scrambling for answers and facing uncertain futures. This wasn't a merger, it was a hostile takeover. And the drivers? They were just collateral damage. Let's rewind a bit, shall we? Flotrans, a major player in the transport industry, set its sights on GTS. They wanted their fleet, their routes, their slice of the pie. So they flashed some cash, made some promises, and boom! Acquisition complete. GTS, with its 500 trucks and numerous dispatch offices across the Midwest, was absorbed into the Flotrans empire. On paper, it probably looked like a smart business move. Expand market share, eliminate competition, boost profits. Wall Street loves that stuff. But what about the human cost? The drivers, the dispatchers, the support staff, the people who actually made GTS run? They became afterthoughts, pawns in a corporate chess game. Flotrans, in their infinite wisdom, offered the laid-off drivers a couple of options. Option 1, accept a severance package. Basically, a few weeks' pay and a pat on the back. Don't let the door hit you on the way out. Option 2, reapply for your old job at Flotrans, but at a lower wage, of course. Because screwing over your employees twice is better than doing it once, right? The mood among the drivers was a mix of anger, confusion, and betrayal. Many had been with GTS for years, some even decades. They'd built lives around their jobs, relying on the stability and the promised benefits. Now it was all ripped away in a heartbeat. Imagine this. You've just finished a long haul, exhausted, but relieved to be home. You're looking forward to spending time with your family, maybe firing up the grill for Memorial Day. Then bam, you get the news. Your job, your livelihood gone. No warning, no explanation, just a cold corporate goodbye and good luck. That's the reality these drivers faced. And what about those generous reapplication offers? Lower wages, reduced benefits, and the uncertainty of even being hired back? It was a slap in the face, an insult to their years of service. Flotrans might have acquired GTS's assets, but they clearly didn't give a damn about its most valuable asset, its employees. Section 4. The open road now closed, drivers speak out. Unsurprisingly, the drivers weren't going down without a fight. They organized protests outside Flotrans headquarters, demanding answers and fair treatment. Local news picked up the story, highlighting the human cost of this corporate takeover. Suddenly, Flotrans' shiny new acquisition was looking less like a success story and more like a cautionary tale. "I gave this company 10 years of my life," said one driver, his voice shaking with anger. "I've missed birthdays, holidays, all because I was out there on the road hauling their freight. And this is how they repay me? By throwing me out like yesterday's trash?" His story was echoed by countless others. Drivers who had dedicated their lives to GTS, only to be discarded like broken down rigs. Their stories painted a stark picture of corporate greed and indifference, a system where profits trumped people every single time. Section 5. Beyond the balance sheet, remembering the human cost. The GTS story is a stark reminder of a larger issue. Corporate acquisitions, mergers, restructuring, these aren't just abstract business transactions. They have real-world consequences impacting the lives of real people. We can't forget about the human cost of these deals. The families left struggling, the communities disrupted, the dreams shattered. It's easy to get caught up in the financial jargon, the talk of profits and losses. But we must remember that behind every balance sheet, there are human beings. It's time for corporations to step up and prioritize people over profits. to treat their employees with dignity and respect, not as disposable assets. The road to success shouldn't be paved with the broken promises and shattered lives of hardworking people. It's time for a more humane approach to business, one that values people as much as profits. The future of American industry depends on it.